Hey friends, this is Pancit Bihon or rice noodles. This is a savory noodle dish that is very common and popular in the Filipino culture. It originated in China, localized by the Filipinos, and adopted by us, the Chamorros. Let's get started on how to make this delicious recipe. I have 8 ounces of rice noodles. Soak your noodles according to its package. I am soaking my noodles for 15 minutes in hot water. I'm covering it and I'm checking on it and stirring it at least once just to make sure that my noodles don't stick to each other and it's not over soaked. All right, 15 minutes are up. The noodles look perfect. They are not over soaked. I went ahead and drained out the water. Now I'm going to set this to the side, but before I do so, I want to go ahead and fluff it out just to make sure that the noodles are not sticking to each other. So this is basically what I'm using in my pancit recipe. I have the rice noodles, chicken thighs, carrots, some onions, garlic, sugar snap peas, and cabbage with some lemon to garnish. I'm using 1 tablespoon vegetable oil. I'm throwing in a pound of chicken thighs, boneless and skinless. And it's best to do this in a non-stick pan just because it locks in the flavor. The meat cooks overall better, so you have it sauteed and grilled to perfection. And I'm going to season this before I throw it all together with the rest of the ingredients. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm just going to toss everything together and just make sure that the meat is thoroughly cooked. And I'm doing this for about 8 minutes total. I'm using chicken thighs here. Many use chicken breasts. Most commonly people use pork, but you can use any other protein you'd like. I prefer just cooking it on the side before throwing it all together with the actual noodles and sauce. But go ahead and set the chicken to the side and let's get started by adding another tablespoon of oil, half a white onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and I am just going to saute this for a couple minutes. I don't want it too soggy. I just want it to start to wilt, and then I'll go ahead and add everything else. You can use any pan, but a wok is highly recommended. It evens out the heat and everything is just easier to cook and mix together. But I went ahead and add 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, and I'm going to stir this up and toss it in with the onions and garlic. And I want to do this until it starts to simmer. And once it starts to simmer, then I'm going to go ahead and add the other veggies. I'm adding a cup of sugar snap peas, 1 cup of carrots. Now I'm going to allow this to simmer. And once it starts to simmer, I will then add half a green head of cabbage. Stir everything together. So now that I have all my veggies together, I am soaking it in the sauce, but I don't want to overcook it because it will cook a little bit more once I toss in the noodles. So just until it's lightly soft, still a little crunch added to it. I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. If you want your pancit a little bit more sweet, you can do 3 tablespoons of soy sauce and a tablespoon of oyster. Just depends on you, but this is how it looks with the added 5 tablespoons of soy. And I'm going to toss in my rice noodles and I'm going to let it soak and absorb. I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes. All right, so now I'm just going to toss it with, I just took some tongs and a spatula and I'm just trying to not soak the noodles, but just make sure that the sauce is spread evenly. And I went ahead and tossed some chicken. And now I'm just going to use a fork because a fork will help it. You can also toss the wok, but it helps fluff out the noodles and make sure that everything is combined and spread out evenly. Using a wok is very important, as you can see, because the heat just evens everything out and it just locks in the flavor. I'm going to attempt to toss this wok. I am not a professional, but I just want to let you know that is an option. You don't have to use forks or anything, but when you toss the wok, it just kind of evens everything out. But now I'm just going to, turn the heat off and throw in the pancit into a serving dish. And here it is, Pancit Bihon made with chicken and veggies. You can switch up the veggies and the protein if you prefer. Squeeze some lemon over it. Enjoy this dish. Make it for your next birthday party or gathering. Follow me on Instagram at Reese's Recipes for more easy, simple, and delicious recipes. See the description below for the link to my Instagram account. Thanks for watching, friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings.